Hi guys, this is Jamie from D-Switch Life. On March 7th, 2019, I had the duodenal switch surgery with Dr. J. Roberts with Ultimate Bariatrics here in Fort Worth. My highest weight was 320 pounds. My surgery weight was 283. And then as of today, 1 week post-op, my current weight is 269 pounds. This video, I really just wanted to address some of the things that I struggled with during this first week of recovery. One of the first things I struggled with at first was water. Water was just really hard to get into my system. It made me nauseous. It made me feel sick. In the hospital, they're like, you have to drink this much water for you to leave. So water intake was really hard to do. At first, my stomach just didn't want to deal with absolutely anything. I only stayed one night overnight at the hospital, and I was released at about 2 p.m. My mother came and stayed with me at the hospital. My surgery was at like 7 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. So I was there all of Friday basically. I had to get there at 5 a.m. and then I left about 2 p.m. on Tuesday. Coming home from surgery, I was groggy, I was sleepy. Riding in a car hurt. Like driving from Trophy Club, Texas to White Settlement, Texas was super painful. I just wanted to get out of the car. My stomach just felt rotten and sore. And I just wanted to not move, but I knew that I had to walk. So in the hospital, I was just walking any time that I could because the goal was to not have gas pain, which a lot of veterans of bariatric surgery will say the biggest thing you're going to struggle with right after surgery is that gas pain. I didn't want to deal with that. So after my surgery was done and I was able to get up and walk, I walked. If I could tell anyone anything about the day of surgery, when you get out of surgery, walk. Like when they say walk, walk. Even if you don't feel like walking, walk. Like it's going to help you. And it's going to benefit you so much. Like I got home and I don't think I really dealt with much gas pain. I didn't really have that pain in my shoulders or in my chest. So that was awesome. And again, walking is super important. Like even when I got home, my mom was out walking with me. We did brisk walks across my apartment complex for like 15 minutes and then 15 minutes back, and then sleep. I feel like another thing that was really important for the first few days of my first week of recovery was sleep. Get as much sleep as you can, but at the same time, know that you need to focus on hydration. So obviously you can't drink water while you're asleep. So you need to make sure that when you're awake, you're sipping. Sip, 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 sip. At first, the hospital was like do about 1 to 2 ounces in 15 minutes. So that made drinking everything a marathon. I felt like I was taking all day to drink a bottle of water, and it was kind of crazy. It's about 7 days. Well, it is 7 days post-op, is my 1 week post-op. And drinking has become easier. I feel like a lot of my struggle initially with trying to get fluid in was that my stomach was swollen. My intestine tract was swollen. If you're not familiar with the duodenal switch, they do mess with your intestines as well as your stomach pouch. So you have pain in those areas. Another big thing that I didn't experience until just the other day is that after the second day coming home, I felt pretty okay. Like I felt like I could walk, I could get around, I wasn't experiencing too much pain. I stopped taking my hydrocodone. Yesterday I was out with a friend and instantaneously was overwhelmed with like horrible pain. Like it hurt to not even move. Like I just sat there and I was in pain. Called the on-call surgeon with my clinic and found out that was totally normal. At first I was super scared that I had a hernia. Like one of the biggest things they're going to tell you about after surgery is not to lift more than 25 pounds because you don't want a hernia. I was in tears. I was all the way like 45 minutes away from home, didn't have my pain medicine, and I thought I had a hernia. So I called my surgeon and they're like, it's totally normal. My surgeon uses a delayed or an extended release anesthesia in the stomach cavity. And he's like, it wears off between 5 to 6 days. So, those 3 or so days that I felt totally okay was because of the anesthesia. I was experiencing the pain, but I wasn't necessarily feeling it quite yet. So I had to, leave hanging out with my friend because I didn't have pain medicine with me. I had to drive all the way from her town all the way back to mine, 45 minutes in pain, had to get a friend on the phone and talk to me all the way back home because the pain was so bad. Like, it hurt to breathe, it hurt to twist, to bend, it hurt to just sit still. So I needed someone to distract me as I got home. I got home, I took the hydrocodone and basically went to bed and woke up today and felt better. Like, I have some lingering pain, but it was definitely not as bad as before. So even on those days, if your doctor does use an extended releasing anesthesia, take it easy. I was out walking around the mall, I was shopping, I did a few squats and bends, and I was looking through clothes, and it was a bad life choice. It was a good choice at the time, but I definitely experienced pain afterwards. Let's see. Anything else from the first week? Sleep, as I said, was water, sleep, follow your doctor's instructions. Hydration is super important. Like, my surgeon said that protein is the goal, but hydration is the first goal. So for the first week, I was required to get at least 48 ounces of water for the first week. For the first 7 days, I had to get at least 48 ounces of water in my system, and then they wanted me to shoot for 40 grams of protein. The 40 grams of protein was hard because immediately after surgery, the first day they only would let me have water. The second day when I came home, I started working on water and I tried to drink a Premier Clear. My new tummy did not take well to the protein isolate. Like, it got angry with me. My stomach was like, no. I had it in my mind, like, the doctor said this, I've got to do this, I've got to get it down. And I ended up making myself sick because I tried to stomach the 2 bottles worth of Premier Clear on that first day because that was the goal. When it comes to protein, my suggestion to you is aim for hydration, slowly do the protein. Protein, even in just the Premier Clear form, hurt my stomach super bad at first, could not tolerate it. Now, day 7, Premier Clear isn't as bad. It's not as heavy on my stomach, but it's definitely still something that I don't look forward to trying to drink. I, for sure, if I can't handle the Premier Clear, what I did was I took a Powerade Zero 20 ounce and I took a scoop of Isopure unflavored and I mixed it in. And for some reason, the Powerade Zero was a little less, not acidic, but heavy, tart, and it was a lot less sugary. So, it was a lot more liquid to try to get through because 20 ounces of liquid, it takes you a while to get through. It does. You can't gulp it. It's got to be sip, 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 sip. And when you're on the clear liquid phase of your diet, you're going to get sick and tired of liquids. Like, when your food is liquid, basically because it's Premier Clear, and then water, and you can have other things like broth and sugar-free popsicles and Jell-O. But in all honesty, since surgery, I rarely eat the popsicles or the Jell-O because they're just too sweet. And they're sugar-free, but they're just too sweet for me. So I kind of stick to, my water and my Premier Clear, and then starting tomorrow, I will be back on my full liquid diet, which means I can introduce shakes and blended or strained soups, and then Greek yogurt that's zero Greek yogurt, and then just little certain things that are changing because I'm able to have a little thicker of a consistency, and I'll be on that diet for about a week, and then I get transitioned to purees. So I'm definitely excited to have something other than water and Premier Clear, or just Isopure mixed in Powerade Zero. Other than that, the one thing, I couldn't really tolerate tea. Tea just was too bitter, too tart. So in the morning, I don't drink a full cup of broth, but I get just enough broth to warm up my stomach and my esophagus, because that's what they tell you to do after surgery. Because after surgery, you're prone to having respiratory problems. They want you to get all the phlegm and the mucus that you've built up overnight broken up, and it helps get it all out. So it's like you drink your hot drink, and then sometimes you cough up some phlegm, sometimes you don't. But it's definitely how you need to start your day off. Right now, I'm doing that with maybe 4 ounces of broth. Like 4 ounces of broth, it does it perfectly. It stays warm enough, long enough for me to get it in. And then I'd start nursing the water bottle. Water is definitely at the beginning is something that you just need to have right next to you. It's your baby bottle. You're gonna sip, 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 and then working on proteins. Let's see. I guess the biggest thing also is to take it slow. I very much like to be a busybody. I am always moving about. I like to be around people. I like to be social. It's in my nature. I'm an extrovert. I wanted to be around humans other than my mom. I love my mom to death, but I needed to see my friends. So like Sunday, my surgery was Thursday. Sunday, I went to church. I felt horrible, but I still went to church. And then, of course, I went to church on Monday and then Tuesday, because I go to several weekly events with my church. It did make me feel better, kind of emotionally and mentally, because I was around people who supported me. But at the same time, it did drain me. So definitely, like, lean into your support groups. My friends are like, Jamie, you don't have to come to us. We'll come to you. And that's really awesome to have friends who are like, don't push yourself too hard. We know that you just had major surgery. In my brain, I'm like, I'm good. I'm ready to run a marathon. Not really, but I felt that way because the pain, the anesthesia was masking it. So I definitely put the cart before the horse the first few days. And then on the 6th day, I paid for it. And I had to leave my friend at the movie theater and drive all the way back home and take pain medicine and then sleep most of today. Like today I slept a lot, but my body needed it. I do apologize. I'm drinking protein powder and broth because I'm trying to get in my final grams for the day. This is kind of like my as I said, my 1 week post-op video. It's very informal. Hopefully, future videos can be a little more topic specific. I just want to encourage those who are either considering getting the surgery or who have had the surgery. Lean on your support groups. Lean on the people who are supporting you. And don't be scared to tell them how you feel. Like, watching people eat right now makes me really angry because I'm like, I want to eat. I want to be able to chew something. And I can't. So, I've had to be very frank with my friends and with my family and be like, hey, can we not hang out at a restaurant? Or can we not, can I not sit here and watch you eat while I sip my water bottle? Because that's all I can do. Just be prepared to experience life changes. It's a journey. It's not a marathon. That is what every single veteran of the DS surgery has told me. You can't put the cart before the horse. You can't. Like, you need to take your time and experience your journey as you go. You'll definitely learn a lot about your body as you go, and you'll learn just how to treat it well. Learn how to treat your body with proper self-care and listen to it. Like, your body is the best expert on you, and it knows what it needs. So listen to it. Like, if the protein powder is too heavy, like, listen to it. Give it a break. Like, try to take a protein bottle or a Premier Clear and divvy it up amongst the day. Like, start with 1 bottle and do it in, it's like 16.9 fluid ounces. Do it in 4 ounces here, 4 ounces there, 4 ounces there throughout the day. If you can get that down, next day add half of the second bottle. And then, as I said, like, it does get easier when you get into your full liquid stage. Like, you're able to add, unflavored protein into your Greek yogurt, which already has protein, but you're able to add more into it. Or You're able to drink milk, which milk is going to have protein, and you're going to have other sources of protein besides just that protein water. And it does get easier, but at the same time, you have to listen to your body. I didn't, and I paid for it, unfortunately, during my first week. With my stomach pain, pushing myself too far, and also I went too fast with my Premier Clear, and I ended up having, it felt like a kid on Halloween who eats too much candy. Like, my stomach was raw. So you need to listen to it, especially at the beginning stages. When you're reintroducing new foods and different things into your new diet. It's going to change because of the choice that you made to have the surgery. So just take your time, be patient with yourself and with others. Be willing to share how you're feeling with others. They're not mind readers. They're not going to know, hey, I'm making this person feel angry or sad or upset. Like, you need to talk to them and be open with them. But yeah, guys, that is just about it for my 1 week post-op. I'll probably do some more videos kind of on maybe my pre-op diet, what was required, what I had to do. And I'll probably do some videos breaking down like week 1, week 2, the different stages, what's allowed, what's not allowed. And then, of course, I'll just do updates on how I'm doing and how my journey is going so far. I hope you guys have a wonderful night.